Hello everybody! Sick of the kid. Don't mind the fact that I just got out of that menu, or the fact that I'm gonna mess with the mic. There we go, sorry about that. But anyways, welcome back to even more Ace Attorney. Last episode, we found the true culprit, the old man who runs the Wet Noodle, aka the, Gourd Lake boat shop, was actually not as senile as he let on. He was actually Yanni Yogi, the murderous, bloodthirsty bailiff out for revenge against Edgeworth and Robert Hammond. And apparently, the reason why he wanted revenge is because Edgeworth just confessed the crime of being his own father's killer, a crime that Yogi was blamed for instead, which, unfortunately for Yogi, a false confession and false accountants of having brain damage ruined his life forever. His wife committed suicide. People thought of him as not a normal person, but as a murderer with no thoughts about remorse. He wanted revenge. He got it. And now Edgeworth, with a ton of guilt, confesses to the crime of killing his father. But Phoenix Wright, us, we don't believe he did it. As we hear right now, I don't believe your nightmare. Let us continue! What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to reconsume my trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. The statute of limitation in the DS6 system runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book.
No, Your Honor. Ignore that my phone just went off. Perfect. Well, might as well take the stand.
Will the witness state his name and profession? Objection!
There we go. Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about the matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work. I want to take a look at all the evidence we can. I don't think that's going to be necessary, so I don't think I'm going to pay attention to it. I don't think that's going to be necessary, because that happened here. That's not going to be necessary. I still don't know why we have this, or this. Let me see. Air in the elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident. No clues found at the scene. Trapped in the elevator, returning from lost trial with his son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. No bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Court bailiff trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Wait a second. I just realized something. Look at the door. There's a bullet in the door. So, I don't get what that might mean, though. I mean, it said that it was fired twice, and this is the only bullet that was found at the scene, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Please, please. Okay. That day, I had gone to observe the court. I have gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. I'm sorry, I'm very, dumbstruck right now. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell on my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi and wanted to stop them fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Until now, you thought this man was only a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Bah.
The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Objection.
No, there we go. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. I can't do any voices right now, okay? I do Edgeworks because it's really similar to my own. So, I'm just going to, you know, do normal voices from now on. I'm sorry. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost and Mr. Von was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Conley, you were handling that case?
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
I'm gonna try, but I hope that works. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem with Von Conley's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake truck trapping us in the elevator. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in the elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, no one came to help. My father, Mr. Yogi, lost her composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assumed it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
You picked it up. What happened next?
I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted to stop him from fighting. Darn it. There you go. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. The gun fired once. Yes, I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, it echoed in my head every day. The gunshot and that whole scream. Sorry. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the gunshot and then the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, do you? I don't accept this as evidence, at least you can tell me what page it's on.
Okay. Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shots? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired at the second shot? You're wrong.
As I'm sure you're aware.
This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes! I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible!
No, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Yeah, there you go. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I could see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge. Right here.
Take that!
As it should be obvious, the contradiction's here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot fired from the pistol. There was also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went through Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. Conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, who could that someone else be? The murderer.
Well, I knew I should have stuck him for your wild fantasies gun out of hand.
Mr. Wright, look what's more the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. No clues found on the scene. The case summary, that's on page 1. Look what's written here. Not a single clue was found on the scene.
If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered in the scene. It does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist.
A bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. There's the truth of this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Order. I will have order.
I need to use no voice. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is that the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? Sorry, Maya. It looks like I was wrong. The second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. Just when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else fired the killing shot, but now I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before I pass my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. He's accepted guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict of here right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been there before, just like my first day in court. There's so many things I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank, can't find the words. I have an objection. Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? I don't know. His case is perfect. It must exist. That's kind of creepy. What did you just say? Nothing. But where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers, Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. But we just heard proof that it does not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. Who? The murderer. The murderer? Tell us, who is this murderer? We're still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a straight bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some precedent? The murderer didn't need to find it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. I bet it's because he was shot! But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? Well, for instance, it's what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? Yes! Just saying, for instance, I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? Wait a second. It was just I was just talking on top of my head, but if that's really happened.
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with a second bullet still inside of them, just leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed.
So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Two men fighting inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol and his feet throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullets... The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the man inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unoriginal defense attorney I've ever known. I can't tell you, again tell you are grasping. I cannot desire the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it, deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded! There was no murderer!
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. Can't think of anyone. Nick, I just thought of something really crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god! Are we going to do it? Are we actually gonna say... Von Karma did it! Von Karma actually is a murderer! He actually did it! Oh my god! That was his first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Oh my god! It was a shock, but took it because he was injured. Could only mean one thing. It was the murderer of the DL6! Are you kidding me? No, Your Honor. Well, indicated the possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Say it now! Your Honor, there's a suspect, one lone suspect. Von Karma knows it. Look at his face. Look at his expression. That ... means he knows something's coming. Who's your suspect? V what? Von Karma! Cornered! Von Karma? Look at that twisted smile. He knows we know the truth. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there? You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident, yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery now. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Riley didn't undergo surgery. I would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. You couldn't have. You can't just go pulling bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be so... I think I know why we have this thing now. We're gonna use it on Von Karma! Can you prove evidence that it was shot? I can show you evidence, alright? I can show you evidence!
What? The evidence.
The proves that Karma's shot was. We're gonna scan you with a metal detector! But Karma's perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. Are you kidding me? That's actually the answer? I was doing that to be stupid! You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility the bullet is still inside Von Karma. I can't wait to see his expression to this one. For all these years, well, there's only one way to find out. We can use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh! We finally broke him! He's finally showing that damage! You know how, like, before, with every other prosecutor, they would have that major freakout where they would start sweating profusely. Von Karma's finally snapped! We finally got it!
I refuse!
You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you? Oh my god! I can't believe it! This is way too far! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for suspension of this child. This is an invasion of privacy!
The statute of limitation was out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Oh man, your words are really coming back to hit you now. And you know what? We're gonna go right to the end of this. I don't care if this video is gonna be a little longer than usual, but we are way too close to the end for this.